Here with reaction, Fox News contributor Ari Fleischer, executive director of the Lawfare Project, Brooke Goldstein. Brooke, she decided to boycott. It was done on purpose. She's caving to the radical left in her party. How does this play out?
Terribly. First of all, Sean, I want to thank you for having me on tonight to discuss what I believe to be a historic speech on behalf of the Prime Minister of Israel, because as he said, we are at a crossroads right now. The future of Western civilization depends on whether or not the United States helps Israel defeat Hamas and radical Islamist terrorism, or, on the other hand, opens its borders, allows pro-Hamas mobs and pro-Hamas money into this country to politicize the Democratic Party and to radicalize our population. Because I'm not worried about whether or not Israel is going to win its multi-fronted war against Iran and its proxies. I'm worried about whether the United States is going to win its multi-fronted war against Iran. I'm worried about the fact that the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, running for president, has expressed support for pro-terror mobs that not only tear down and burn American flags, but then hoist up the flag of the Islamic State of Palestine. Her own daughter is a radical activist. I'm worried about the fact that our border, as today was confirmed during the FBI director's testimony by Congressman Gates, that Hamas and Hezbollah have infiltrated our borders to carry out terrorist attacks. This is what concerns me the most. And the smartest thing that Netanyahu said today was that this is not about Israel-Hamas. This is a war, and has always been a war, between Iran and the United States, between civilization and barbarism. And until we stop the radicalization, the hate indoctrination happening throughout the Middle East, there will not be peace.
Ari, civilization versus barbarism, Iran's useful idiots. She said this was a boycott. It's beyond disappointing. If I was Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania, the governor there, I would take myself out of consideration. I would not be a part of this radicalized ticket. I would not be a part of that administration under any circumstances.
Yeah, I think there's a distinct possibility whoever gets attached to Kamala Harris is going to lose bigger than Kamala Harris being attached to Joe Biden. I mean, if you look at the instant polls, she's not doing any better than Joe Biden. Now, it's early, but let's see what that pattern holds. But, Sean, on the speech itself, what a tour de force Netanyahu delivered today. From a moral point of view, when he talked about the land and whose land it is, and he went back 4,000 years to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, King David, Solomon. What a grounding in the ancient, legitimate land that is the Israelis. And then, what happened today in Washington? Joe Biden gives an address to the nation and doesn't say anything to condemn those protests in Washington that were far worse than anything that happened in Charlottesville, the thing that allegedly motivated him. He sat there silent. Where was Kamala Harris today, condemning those protests that, as Brooke pointed out, raised a foreign flag, a Palestinian flag, in Washington, D.C.? They sit there silent. The Democratic Party sits there silent on all issues important to Israel. And this is a fundamental change in the American electorate. Yeah, Josh Shapiro is proudly Zionist. That's why he's going to have a difficult time fitting in the modern-day Democratic National Party.
I completely agree. And, yeah, these are Iran's useful idiots. It's embarrassing for our country. It is sad. They have no moral clarity. But we had moral clarity in Congress today, and that came from the Prime Minister of Israel. Maybe his finest moment, his finest speech ever. Thank you both. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.